Hi guys, good evening. Could you confirm me? Am I audible to you guys? Yes, good evening. Yeah, hi Abhay. Hi Ashmita. How are you all doing? Good. Okay, fine. Yes, let's wait a couple more minutes to let the more joins join. Uh, yes, fine. In the meantime, if you got like any queries, yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Just ask me. And how about your AMA session went on Saturday? Is it fine? And could you let me know what we are discussing on the previous before day? I think we are on flows, right? So upset method, please. Upset method, please explain again if possible. Update method or upset method? Abhay, could you brief that what exactly what you're talking about? Like Excel and load process. Okay, okay. You're asking about the update sets, right? Okay, no need to worry about this, Abhay. Yeah, I got you. That we need some more time. We'll discuss that in the AMA sessions. Okay, no need to worry about this now. Okay, if you feel like that takes like long time, because we'll start again. We have to go to Excel, we have to fill some data, and we'll retrieve that back inside. No need to worry about that. I'll explain you about this week. I'm free. I'll be available all the week from now, and I'm going to take all the sessions from the now. Yes. Okay. So on the day we were discussing on triggers and we faced some issue. You all remember? I'll finish that in as quick as possible. Just observe me. Yes. So let me log into the instance first. So I don't like this page. So I'm sharing my screen. Start building. Are you guys able to see my screen? Yes, fine. Right. Let me log in. So we just created some triggers, templates on the day, right? You all remember? We created some templates on the day. Sir, why during waking up the instance take too much time? Always release new? No. Abhay, don't try to make every time release for it. Just wait for some time. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take 10 or 15 minutes. Just wait until your instance wake. Because if you request for a new instance every time, what happens is the previous configurations, the previous what are you done will be lost. Okay, just wait until the issue get resolved. Like sometimes if you did your project everything inside the instance, if you request, if you feel like the widget is not waking up, and if you request a new instance, what happens is the previous data whatever you done in the instance will be lost. So don't try to release the instance every time. Just wait until it get open. Okay, let me finish a quick thing on the template. Okay, I'm just creating a template. You just guys remember, you all remember, right? What is a template? Do you guys remember what is a template? No, I'm not asking. Yes. Okay, fine. Template is like a form, like pre-built form, where we are using like multiple times. If some what are the mandatory fields, like what are the same fields which are to be filled every time. We do that in advance and we use that form to fill the rest of the details. That is exactly the template purpose. You can get that information directly in the now learning as well, what exactly you want, but I'll explain you a little bit. So this is the three dotted option is used to more options is used to create a template. If you click on here, you see a toggle bar. If you click here, you can see in the bottom of the screen it gone. Now again I'm clicking here, toggle template bar. Yeah, you see here a template. So on clicking on the right side plus icon, you can create a new template. And if you have any previous templates, you can modify here. Just I'm going to the previous one. The name is template 5, but I'm editing it. Okay. So template 5, I'm changing the name to UP cohort. So UP cohort. Yes, this is the template name. And what you see here is this is active. If you want to make use the template every time you want to see in the toggle bar, and if you want to apply that, what you have to, it should be active. If it is not in the active state, we can't use the template, will be not appeared and you can't use that. And this is application scope is global, means everyone can use that. Like if you are creating some tables in some private scopes, what is it will be in the application scope will be in private. So only if you are in that private scope only the template will be visible. Like here you see the user, You see the user here. This, if you give some user here, what happens is like, you all remember impersonating? Impersonating is like, going to here, like going to impersonate user, and we'll check to impersonate, right? If you give any user here, what happens is like, this template is available for that user and as well as the system admin. If you give someone like, Shivam Gupta here, or someone else, if you grieve here, or if any group you mention here, King Kong, someone, or if any group you mention here, what happens is like, this template is available for the group members as well as like, the user who is mentioned and system admin in general, because system admin has a highest privilege, and he can override maximum of the things in the system. So he will have the privilege, and the user who is the user you are selecting here, he will have, when you impersonate, when you do something like, you're logging from your instance with the user details, what happens is like, he will also have the access to the user. This is user that this like, I thought like, directly the user from here, but later I checked, oh come on, what's going on, I realized, oh, this user is for that impersonate thing. Okay. And these groups, whatever the groups you mentioned here, this template is applicable for all the groups. Okay. And this short description is for our purpose, why we are creating this template. Okay. This is for explanation, what the name you want to give, we'll give here. This is for testing purpose. What are the testing in cohort, UP cohort? So we are discussing here. So I was mentioning like this. Okay. So, and what are the fields you want to be like, mention, like, like here, I'm selecting the name here, the name field to, it is like, as it is. So I don't want this. This is a reference field, so we can get the references who want to be like, let's make Shivam Gupta as a user every time. The name of the user is like Shivam Gupta. And if you want to make some short description or some what it is, we'll make date ServiceNow and updated by SysID group. We do have, what are the fields addressed in this? Okay, let's take date. So every time what happens is like, the date will be the same. The choose date will be like 21 every time. If you select this and if you save this, okay. So here is an update this. Yeah. And now I'm selecting the template UP cohort. You see the name is Shivam Gupta, and you see in the test 2 we created it. Yeah, you see always it will be same every time. Okay. So that is these are created like, the gender is created before, so you can see in the cohort what are the mandatory things. Edit. You see, just click here and edit. You see these many fields we created in this template. 1 second, it is loading. You see gender should be male every time, and state should be Uttar Pradesh every time, city should be Lucknow, and name should be, so we like by default we created all the fields. Let's take this out and the state out and the city out, and I'm saying updating it. So you see now what is happening. So you see, so just reload the form. Yes, your changes may not be okay. I don't need to change any changes. So you see, and I'm clicking the like, the template set. I'm selecting the template. Yeah, I'm selecting it. So you see, name is Shivam Gupta and the date is automatically selected. This is how a template works. Okay, you all understand? I'm just recalling it, the template. Yes, all of you. I need all of your responses, because your response gives me more, like, even you are 6 people, we are spending our valuable time. So at least if you 6 people get like some knowledge, will be very helpful. If you go like settle with ServiceNow, any organization or something, I'll be more happy. So So date is of template and not current time and date. So you can select the date, what are the date you want, like, for suppose, like, there is a date, but in generally what happens is, like, if you are using any Wi-Fi or your mobile network, like, every month there will be an end date. So automatically they'll choose, like, in the date, the field will be like end date will be like fixed. So that is how they can make some date mandatory. Okay, this is like for our understanding purpose. Okay. Okay, fine. So you all practice the flow. You can, so the videos are already been uploaded in the YouTube. You can get from them. Yes, you all started working, because if you don't work, what happens is, like, you forget every time. So we discussed with where we are now. Let's go with this. Yes, we are into flows. So we started Flow Designer, right? On the day slideshow. Oh, 1 second, it's loading. Yeah, we all done with Flow Designer. We started, and you remember, right? So Flow Designer, yes. A Flow Designer is a non-technical interface for building and enabling process automation capabilities known as flows. Like, in general terminology, the Flow Designer definition is, like, Flow Designer is a no-code, low-code platform where we can build business automation processes. Okay, that is it is used to automate business processes using no-code, low-code platform. It is a no-code, low-code platform. Okay, that was like basic definition. Like, this was like, it is a non-technical interface for building and enabling, like, this is also a thing. So we've selectors, so we already done what we do in the flow. This was an example created before VTB sample flow. Okay, create and diagrams, like, it has been, like, a flow starts with every time the flow start with a trigger conditions. Okay, trigger condition, what are the, and there will be some expected questions in the interview, like, what are the trigger conditions used in the flow. Then what it comes, like, I'll explain you with uh, in general terminology, like, showing you the flow. So this is how the template is done. So let's go with the flow once. Flow designer, flow designer. Yes, just click on here. Yes. So this like, the name is like but this cohort was created by us, right? Yes, I'm opening it. Yes, fine. Like, due to heavy rains in our place, like, I'm facing internet issues. If suppose, like, if I was disconnected, I'll be joining back in a couple of minutes. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, I'll connect with my mobile internet. No need to worry if suppose if I get disconnected. Okay, like, we are facing like thunderstorms in a place, so that is the reason we are facing some internet and power shutdowns. Okay. Yes, fine. Okay, you all remember the flow we created, right? And how it worked. Remember, guys? Do you all remember? So, like, firstly, a flow will be started with a trigger condition. I'll also add a new flow here. Flow. Okay. So I'll just give like example something. Example. Application is global. Yes, fine. I don't want to get, this is created in UP code. This is created in UP. So why I'm explaining you again this topic is, like, this is one of the important topics, and in the maximum of the times in the real time you'll deal with flows. This is one of the best things, like, to give, to send any notifications, to give anything, or to send anything, like, we maximum did. It's like basically ServiceNow is nothing but, like, automating a business process. So we maximum deal with flows and rest of the things as well, but we need flows. That is the reason I'm asking you to learn, practice. Okay, so basically a flow starts with a trigger condition. Okay, trigger condition, you have to remember this. How will best flow will start using a trigger condition. And in generally, like, what are the trigger conditions in flow? That was one of the basic questions that we'll be asking like in the interviews. So what are the trigger conditions is nothing but when you click on plus icon, what you see here, a record, scheduled, and application. Okay, these are the trigger conditions. How many trigger conditions we have? Three trigger conditions. What are they? Record, schedule jobs, and applications. On the record, what we do, record created, updated, or updated and deleted. Like, in the schedule jobs, we'll send like, notifications like daily, monthly, repeat, daily, run once, or weekly once. Like, that means whenever the flow runs, the notification will be sent, or daily in the end of the month. Like how in general terminology, like, whenever, like, any, like we have some subscription, like, mobile phone, like, recharge subscription, or you got like a wi-fi subscription, whatever the subscription, like Netflix, Amazon, etc. Like what are the subscription are there, when they are going to expire, what happens is like we'll get some notifications. Okay, they are not generating every time, they'll just write a schedule job, and that automatically runs. This is how it works. Like daily, like, after finishing some amount of GB of network, this daily thing we have, like, like this concept comes in the for us, like, SLAs. When an SLA is breaching, like, you all remember service level agreements, we already discussed, like, SLAs, OLAs. So that how it works, like, what whenever it is expiring, or what are the things that it will be a scheduled job. That means you're not getting notification. And on creating an application, what kind of things it will be done, whether it is service catalog, or whatever the SLA task, or remote table query. Maximum of the times, as of now, we are dealing with records. Whenever a record created, if you want to update something in the record, or what, our first requirement was like, when we create a record, we create a test record. What happened, what should be an action should be done. So what action inputs? So what we want to do, whenever a record is created, create a record in here in the trigger condition. Whenever a take record is created in the UP cohort, in the cohort table, what we want to have, create a record in the UP cohort table in such a way. What happens, like, in the new U1, what we do. So I'm gonna create some more field in this. Let's go to our test cohort. Is the test cohort. Let me give one more example in the flow. Then after we'll move to some other topic. Okay. So testing Bihar. This is business. This is something else. Okay, UP cohort, not UP cohort. Shit. It's a background scripts. I don't need this. Navigation. So this is test. So all right, let's go to our test cohort table. Is our table, right? Test cohort. Yeah, let's go to here. So now I'm creating one more field to explain you better. Okay. So I'm creating a field called state. State in the sense, not that state. What we said? Impact. Let's create a field. Let's go to form designer, form builder. It's easy. Let's go to form builder. And I'm taking a choice field. Not now. So I'm creating a choice field. Okay. So let me drag this choice here. Okay. So as it is, this choice will put as like impact, not impact, priority. Let's take priority. Okay. Priority. Okay. And let us add some choices. Choice one is like high, new, We'll change the name, not priority. Let's put as updated. Let's put like update. Okay, that means like whenever a new record is created, it should be a new state, and whenever we do some changes, it should be in progress. Like that we'll feel like as in the incident form you all see like there'll be priorities, but we have a state field, so I'm taking state as I'm not taking state, so instead we'll take update. Okay, so if a new record is created, it should be in new state, and if you are doing any changes with that incident, we'll take like in progress and cancelled and resolved, like that. Okay, so the first choice field is new, in progress, in progress. Third one is resolved, completed. Just for example purpose, don't take it like, so we are not discussing much on this. And cancel. Okay. Yes, perfectly done. So this is our field update, and I'm saving this. Save it. See here, and I'm reloading the form. So this, okay, this we have couple of options: new, in progress, completed, cancelled. So what we do in the flow is like just forget about this, we don't need this page anymore. Okay, let's come to the flow. So this is one flow, UP cohort. So I created a new for example flow. Yeah, you see here. So here I'm taking the trigger condition record created. Okay, whenever a new record created in the UP cohort table, and I'm selecting the table test UP cohort, test cohort. Yeah, test cohort table. Okay, because we are performing changes on test cohort. You can reload this. Reload. So we are doing performance changes on the test cohort. Okay, whenever a new record is created, automatically the update field should be in new. That is our requirement. Okay, so that we're gonna achieve through flow now. Okay, not this one. Example. Let's take this out cohort. I'm not dealing with this page, so I'm taking out. So in created record created in UP in test cohort table, what I want to do is done. I'm done with this stage. I'm not giving any conditions. Okay, I can also give some conditions, like if the gender is male, then only the progress will change to in progress. I'll show you that as well. So what I want to do, I want to have some action. What action I want to have? I want to update record. Update. So you see update. I want to update the record to what? Where I need to update. It is asking in the. So you can also check with the data pill picker which record I want to update. So which record I want to update? The record I created in the previous step. You see here in this step, what is the record I created? I want to update that, because in the flow, like if we create some record here, a record created, if in the test cohort table, if I create any record, what I want to do, I want to update which field, the update field in the test cohort table. So what I can do, I can use the data pill picker, or I can directly drag and drop. I can drag and drop. What this mean? Trigger record, the test cohort record. So This means from where this record is created, this and this is same. So I want to update this record to what? So this is test cohort table. So when I drag and drop from here, otherwise you can also use data pill pick. Okay, I'm taking this. So there I did drag and drop. So instead you can also open here. What you want to, okay, that record, that created trigger record, okay, in the test cohort table record. Yeah, this is the record. Okay, yeah, that's it. In this record, basically. So I want in this record. So that is done. This test cohort table. Instead of dragging, like, instead selecting much, like, you see, trigger record created test cohort record. Okay, so that record, when in the trigger record, I'm calling the same record, test cohort record. So instead going using data pill pick, I'm just dragging. You see, this is the same test cohort record. So you, in the right hand corner, what you see, this is data thing. So what you have done here will be visible here. Okay, I'm just dragging and dropping, just. So I'm not dragging. When you click on here, you can see each and everything same to same, but I don't need that much. So just catch this and drag and drop it. Okay, just drag and drop, the same thing will happen. So what I'm doing, I'm updating the same created record, like using flows. So what I want to update, just click on selected on the field, select a field. So here I see what the field we created, update, right? Something updates, not this. Oh, come on, this is updates, updated by what is the field we created? Don't even remember. Update, and what is the backend name? U underscore choice underscore one. Actually, this to reload once, because the changes what we have done are not if reflected in this. So I'm just reloading it. So we already saved this, right? Added trigger. So record created, and the table is test cohort, and I'm not giving to any filter conditions, and I'm done, because the changes were lost because we haven't saved it. So if you save that, the changes would have been reflected, but we haven't saved. So again, what the action we want to do, we want to update the same record, update. So update the same record, and which record? The test cohort record, what we have created just before. Okay, and what the field we want to do changes on the update field, created by gender, name, state, updates. You see here update in the corner. So we want to update this field to what? To new. So whenever we create a record, the update should be new. That is what I want. Okay, let's check. And I'm saving it, and I'm saving from here. Yeah, flow saved successfully, and I'm activating it. If we don't activate the flow won't run. Okay, so we have to activate the flow. Activate. Yeah, activate. You see, now the activate is faded, and deactivate is button we can see. So now what we do, we create a record. So what is the name we choose? So maybe some other new name. We'll go to some other page. So yeah, we'll select Steve score. Okay, and I'm selecting gender to male, and the state, these are not mandatory fields, so I'm leaving it, and I'm not updating anything in the update field. Okay, and I'm saving it. So if you directly submit, what happens is like, it redirects to the flow page. So instead, what we do, we have to save it and then update, then it will be in the same page. So this is the field we just created. You see, yeah, Steve score. Yeah, and I'm opening this record. So you see here, the update field is turned into new automatically. We did not did anything in the before test. In the before thing, what we did, when a record is created, a new record should be created. That is one flow, and this is if a record is created, we are updating the same record with our requirements. Now, what we do in the same action, okay. So in the same thing, what I want to do, I want to add some more new field, the state and name is this, and the state I want to give in generally, like, whenever it is something, a new record is created, it is automatically is Telangana. I'm doing this, I'm done, and I'm saving it, and I'm activating the flow. Whenever you do some changes or whenever doing anything on the flow, when it comes to like neutral state, again we have to save it and activate it. Okay, remember that. So this is okay, done. Again we have to save it. This is previous record, so I don't want to move to different page, and I'm saving it and updating it so that I'll be in the same page. Yes, I'm going to new record, so I'm selecting some name. So let's take Pavani Sharma. So I'm not giving any other fields. You remember, I'm not giving any other fields, and I'm saving it and I'm updating it. So we are going to Pavani Sharma now. So you see the update is new, state is Telangana. Okay, now what I am doing is, I'm giving some condition here. Okay, I'm adding some condition now. This example is a flow, right? So in this test cohort, okay, and created, and I'm giving some condition. Okay, new criteria, choose field. What is the field I'm selecting? If gender is male, okay, gender is male, I selected the condition. What happens is now, whenever a record is created with gender is male, then only this executes the below part. Let's check it as well. Activate. So that is how the condition restricts. Let's see. If nothing is mentioned, like, it automatically execute. But so I'm saving it and updating it. Okay. If I directly update, it redirects to the flow page. So I'm updating it. So you see. So let's select some name. Let's see. Shivam Gupta. And gender, what the gender we selected here? Example. Gender is male. So instead male, I'm selecting female. What happens? Let's see. Female. Yes. And I'm saving it. Yes. And I'm updating it. Okay. And I'm going to the same record we created. What happened? Is anything updated? The update field stayed the same and the state field is the same. Until and unless if the gender is male, the flow won't execute. Okay, you understand? This is how we write a flow and we restrict a flow. When I'm explaining an application, I'll explain you in detail about the application too. Okay, no need to worry about. You all clear with the flow topics, how it is working? Yes, Arjun Sharma and the rest of you guys. Yes. So yeah, that is fantastic. And the rest of you guys, what about others? Only I have 9 people in my as joinees, but I only got 2 replies. What about other? Did you understand what exactly the flow? Just give me a quick response, guys. I'll go with the next topic. Should I go with next topic? Yes. Yeah, Shmita, you understood what exactly I said about flow? Kushi, Aman, you understand? Okay, fine. I'll go to the next topic. Okay. So let's. This is flow slideshow. So, so this is record we just discussed. Trigger based. Trigger runs on a flow after a record has been created. Data based. Application based. Yeah, these are the types of flows. Like schedules. Yeah, we just discussed. So just drag and drop. Integration hubs. Process automation is virtual. Yeah, we'll discuss virtual reports and dashboards. Yes, we'll discuss this as well. Tracks. Yes. Questions. So, yeah, yeah. This is an interesting topic, and this is very important too. These configurations are done on the tables, so we need this important. Let's go with UI policies. Okay, ServiceNow has over 30 places where code can be inserted to change the behavior of the platform, like business data policies, UI policy action, UI actions, business tools, client scripts. So, guys, just look at this slide. This gives some basic scenario and explanation part. Okay, I'll explain you going taking to the form, but in generally, you all should know what is what. We're coming to UI policies. This what is UI policies? If generally or in the CSA question, if some question comes, what is UI policy? Like UI policies you use it to can make a fields read only, mandatory or hidden. Okay, you should remember this. UI policy, there'll be a question what we can achieve through UI policies. A question comes like this, and in the options there'll be like 7 8 options. In that mandatory, we have to choose read only, mandatory, or hidden. Okay, UI policies are used to make fields read only, mandatory, hidden, or visible. Okay, I'll show you we're coming to, and this UI policies acts client side. That means on the forms, client side means which are whatever we run in the browser, in our browser. Okay, it is not going to database, that comes into in our browser, in our interface, that comes client side. Okay, what are the changes we are doing on the form, that comes to client side. UI policy is an example of client side. Okay, data policies, this using that, what is the only difference in data policies, like it is same, but it acts server side things. This also makes field mandatory and read only. Okay, there is no option for hidden or visible. The same, they perform the same actions. UI policies and data policies are same, but the data policies won't have the option called visible or hidden, but whereas their performance, they do fields read only and mandatory. Whereas UI policy runs under client side, data policy run under server side. Okay, and UI actions are nothing but I'll show you, like business tool can trigger email, client scripts. Yes, you see UI policy runs on. So I don't want to give like theoretical explanations. I'll go with like directly on the phone. Yeah, You all see these guys, okay? We know how to make a field mandatory. Can anyone tell how we can make a field mandatory? In general, we do that things. That is very simple. Like we there is not only using UI policies we achieve through them, but we can directly achieve through them. You all know that, right? How we can make a field mandatory. Anyone can give me the steps how we can make a field mandatory? Yes, there is a checkbox to make a field mandatory. Yeah, Jenny, it is fantastic, right? Yes. So disk mandatory box and then update. Yeah, that is fantastic update. Like I'll show you for the other guys too how to make a field mandatory. What the Abe and Arjun told. Just go here, new record. Just click here. Just when you click on this, go to configure dictionary, or whenever you're making creating some fields, there'll be an option called make mandatory. There's a checkbox. You can, if you check that, it will be mandatory. Otherwise you can directly configure dictionary, click on configure dictionary, right clicking on the field name, just go to configure dictionary. Yeah, you see, make a field mandatory read only. This display is nothing but like, it deals with the backend thing. Okay, whenever you see dealing with something reference fields in the advanced levels, this check display is nothing but, it is not only for the visible part, it gives the backend names and what are the field label names. Okay, this is for using it. This is not like same as like you have also hidden or visible. Okay, this is something different. That means like, to give the label name exactly. If the checkbox is displayed checked, that means it gives the exact name of the caller or whatever it is. This will discussed in the advanced part in the coming days. Okay, if you check here mandatory, what happens, the field will get mandatory. Let's see, I'm saving it, and now we are making gender as mandatory, and I'm updating it. So there we can make mandatory as well. Okay, you see a star means mandatory. This is how we make a field mandatory and read only. But in general, like, there is a method UI policies. That means using UI policies, we can make a field mandatory. Like, I'll show you what is UI policy. Like, you just right click on the bar and the context menu, or otherwise on the context menu, or right click on the banner, then it comes like configure. We all know, like, how we can add fields like, builder, designer, layout. Really, in such a way, you'll also have UI policies here. Okay, I'm just clicking on UI policy. You observe, guys, this. I'm just clicking on the UI policies. Okay, so I'm writing a new UI policy. Okay, for what? I want to make the state field mandatory. Okay, that is, you see, I want to make state field mandatory. State, oh, sorry.
Just lost my internet connectivity. I'm audible now? I lost my power actually. As I mentioned, we do have a yes. As I mentioned,
My connectivity, and I'm back. So, what we are explaining now? Am I audible to you? The rest? Yes. Yes. Okay, Ashmita, confirm. So, what we are discussing now? Client scripts. Sorry, UI policies, right? Okay. 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 Yes. You see, this is the name, and for what purpose we are creating this UI policies? This is for testing UI policy. UI policy. Yes. And I'm not giving any condition, and I'm saving it. Just save it. So what are the fields I'm making here? So what I want to do here, I want to make the state field
state is my if I want to make mandatory, just I have to make it true. If I don't want to make it mandatory, just false or leave it like that, leave it on. And if I want to make it visible, then true visible. And if you want to hide that field, just make it a false. Read only this. Now what our condition is, I want to make it true, mandatory true. Just check it and save it and update. Yes, and update. Yes, this is what our UI policy, and I want to open our field. UI policy, not UI but test cohort. Test cohort new record control.
So now the main purpose of UI policy is like, if some action is done, depending upon that action, some other field should come. That is one of the, that is why we use UI policies, not only making UI policies are like, depends on conditions. If if the condition is true, something should be happened, like making some fields, or like, fields visible or hidden, or making some fields mandatory. So let's suppose here we have two fields, two choices, right? Let us create one more choice. Okay. Configure choices. Okay. I'm creating one more choice, others. So it will be better understanding. And I'm creating others. Okay. Add. I have added one more choice.
Yeah, layout, and I'm creating one more field going to layout. What is the field is mention your gender. So there is called some field option. We have others and mention your gender. This is the field name. Okay, I'm adding it and I'm saving. So this goes somewhere. So I want this under gender. So I'm taking it up, not under update. Yeah, mention your gender. Yes, I'm taking there and I'm saving it. Just close. So now you see here guys, so this gender is mandatory and we have a field here. So when we click on gender, then only others, then only this mention.
So I'll make sure, like, if we select the field as the choice as others, then only this mention your age should come. So what I want to do is, like, right click on this, like it won't make any difference. So what I do, You see, when I right click on this, when I go to dictionary, configure dictionary, what are the options I can see? He's like, there is no visible option. So I can make it read only or mandatory. But what I want to do is like, I want to mention, you see, there is no options to make something for that. So what I want to do is like, say it. There comes action with the UI policy. UI policies is main
We are using no code local platform. We don't need the use of scripts. So just I click on, here is a UI policies. So this is the UI policy page for the same thing. Just what we do, configure UI policy like this. If we click here, it redirects to this page. Okay, we have to go click on UI policies. Yeah, and we are creating a new policy. So what we are doing, click new. Yes, the table the same, short description. So we are writing this gender for others. This is, I just put some name. So here what the condition, here the comes the condition. So what our the condition is, if
firstly we have to give the condition, then on which fields the action should be done will be given in the bottom. You see, UI policy action. So there we give the policy, and here the action what is done. Like, we have three things. One is UI policies, UI policy actions, and UI actions. Don't get confused, okay? UI policies is like, setting the condition, used on condition, making the fields mandatory and everything. What is the action? This UI policy. So this is the action should be done. So UI actions are different. I'll explain you now that as well. So what if the gender is others? Then only what we want. Enter, please mention your gender should be field visible. Mention your gender should be visible true. I'm making it visible true.
update the condition, so this directs to the UI policy main page for this table. Okay, and update it. Yes, now you see our page. Do anyone see the mention your, I'm reloading it as well, if you observe. So we created a field before mention your in. So we mentioned a condition. Let's select others. What is happening? See, mention your gender. Yes, based on a condition, we made a field visible, and we can also put mandatory, read only, using upon our priorities. Okay, everything whatever we do in this is like, what we want to do.
Simple, right? So you all understood what I said. Just wait, sir. Check your comments after this topic. Yes. No. Can anyone able to see the screen? Oh, come on. So I'm really sorry. I'll explain you again. No need to worry. Share the screen. I just lost the connectivity, right? All right. No need to worry. We are back. Are you able to see my screen? Actually, the pop-ups are not coming. No? Still no? One second. Yeah, it's getting load. Oh shit, guys.
Are you able to share screen? Uh, Sorry, I just lost again. Cancel. So now I think it is visible. Yes, fine. I'll go back. So you all listening what I'm saying, right? I'll put that into action, but you all are seeing. So what I did is like, in the gender field, I added one more option called others. Yes, you see here by clicking, I'm going to like, configure dictionary, or by going to configure choice, I added one more option.
If the gender is others only, then the mention your age should be visible. This is my criteria. Like, this is the condition. So you see, observe this, guys. I created these fields. So after that, what I did, like, I just went to UI policies. Okay, configure UI policy. Okay, I just clicked on here. Yes, leave the changes. And what the condition I mentioned is like, this is the UI policy I created. Just observe this. Okay. This is gender for others. If only if the gender is others, then only the mention your age field should be gender is others. Okay. Just I mentioned gender is others and I am saving it.
One more thing is UI actions directly. Then what I did is like, I mention your age. This is the field, and I made visible true. Okay, I want to, what happens if we click gender as others, then only mention your gender should be visible. Just I came here and it was leave alone before. I just changed to true. Okay, then I'm just updating it, saving it. Okay, I'm saving it and I'm updating it. So these are, and I'm updating this as well, and I'm saving, save. So what I do, if I directly click on update, it directly reflects to what are we doing in the past. So I'm updating it. So you see, we created one for
Gender is others, then only the field should be visible. That is our criteria. So I'm just reloading it. Okay. I'm just reloading it. You see, before there is a gender field. So now what is our priority? If others, then mention your gender is visible. So what we can achieve through UI policies is we can make a field mandatory, visible, read only based on some conditions or some scripts we can achieve through that through. But as ServiceNow is a no code platform, we can achieve through just like clicking steps. Okay. You all understood what is UI policy? Wait, guys.
as I clearly mentioned thunderstorms in our area. So check and now and then explain again. Yes, that is, as it is very rainy and storms here. Unfortunately, I can't even explain you with the visuals like any internet issues. Am I, my voice is audible very clear to you guys at least? Yes. Yes. Then it is fine. Yeah, is my screen visible to you? Did anyone understood? No. No shit. It was sharing arable.
No. What about others? No. Okay, fine. No need to worry about that. Like as the office people mentioned, the thunderstorms. No need to worry. We'll cover this topic again. Mhm. I think we got 1 more hour left, but if the screen is not visible, there's no point explaining you. So instead, I'll go with this. So, so all of you guys, are you before in front of your systems or your PCs or your laptops? Then I can give you some verbal explanations what to do now.
Can I help you the other people's to what to do? At least I'll explain you some other topics verbally. It is visible now. Yeah, but it is visible after very, very long time. So no need to worry. We just drag the class for tomorrow. Just navigate ourselves. Okay, the other people, I need other people's response too. So we will continue together, like we make as a group and we'll perform the things. Ashmita, you're following me?
You give me a couple of minutes. I'll resolve this. I'll check with any other trainers available now. Give me some time. Take a break for 5 minutes. I'll just come back with a resolution now. Okay? All right, fine. Fantastic. No internet issue on Yeah, guys, I think my
Guys, I'm audible now. Yes, yes, yes. Is my screen visible now? Yes, fine. So I'll just quickly explain. You are hearing me, then it is very fast and furious. We'll clear this. So you all observe this. I just created one more field, others here.
only mention your age, gender should be visible. For this, what I did is like, I right click here, you see configure UI policies. Just click on here. So this, the first one, this is for testing UI policy. We already discussed to make a state field mandatory. Okay. We just go open and see. No need to worry. See, for the state is mandatory. We created this. Yes. Update. And now, shit. Oh, shit. Let's go configure UI policies. So gender for others. This is what we want to create now. So what I did is like, first I gave a
Then I saved it. Just come down and mention what action to be done. So I just selected the field name, mention your gender is, and here it will be before leave alone. But I want to make, if that condition is true, then only this field should be visible true. And I'm saving it, updating it. So this is gender for others. This is a condition done, visible true. If gender is others, then you underscore mention your gender should be true. This you underscore is nothing but backend name. Okay.
update it. Just update it. So this is one we are done with the UI policy. Let's go to our form and I'm reloading it. This you see mention your gender was there. Okay. Yes, I'm reloading it. Just reload. You see the field is gone. Whenever I click on others, then only mention your gender will be visible. If he is male or female, then it won't be. Okay. To restrict a field visibility depend on some condition, we are using UI policy. Okay, UI policy is used to make fields mandatory. So, so what I want to do is like I can also create one more UI policy. If
Then also we go with UI policies. So just right click on the context menu. So then we will get UI policy just under the configure. Just you'll this page will be open. Just click on new. So this is for city mandatory, city based on gender, city based on gender. Okay. So what the condition? If gender is male, then the city field should be mandatory. That is the condition. For example purpose, like this will be like, what the what are the work to be done, the company will give you, or like, your client will give you. Based on that, we'll work for that. But for now, we have to know what exactly it works. So I'm just mentioning.
I'm making city as true, mandatory. And I'm saving it. Save, update. Let's go to the form. Yes, you see, before I'm reloading it, reload. You see, uh, the gender is nothing. So I select others. So here others is mentioning. So if the gender is male, what the condition? The city should be mandatory. You see, city is mandatory. Yes, this is how UI policy is used to work. If I make read only, then this
We need flows. Yes, that is how it works. You all understand what is UI policies? Guys, you all understand what is UI policies? Yes. What about others, guys? I need your responses too. If you're not exactly, like, you're not getting this point, no need to worry. If you ask me again, I'll explain you again. No need to worry about that. So yes. Responses, guys. There are very few people I can observe each and every person's response. So just give your responses in the chat. All right, fine. Okay, now what I explain again, because the screen was not consistent visible. It's like on and off. Oh shit, guys. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. As I mentioned before, there is an internet issue. I'm still using my mobile internet. Okay. So no need to worry. I'll explain this in the coming days as well. We got like a lot of time. No need to worry, or no need to. What about the other guys? Mhm. Someone is typing.
Excluding UI policy, I'll go with UI actions. If my screen is visible to you guys, then I'll go with UI actions. Okay, fine. Let's go to our page. So UI actions is like, you see, this is a button, and you see these are some of the options in the context menu. So like the same way, what I want to create some button here, like submit. If I save the form, you see update, delete. In such a way, I want to create some buttons like UP cohort. There comes a action into configure, then go to UI actions. UI actions are nothing but buttons. Buttons on the forms, on the list view.
Okay, new. Just click on new. Just how to come to UI action is like, there'll be directly you can go and you can write here, like example. See, I'm clicking on service now. You see directly on the all navigation, you can search for UI policies or UI actions, UI policy. See, under system UI, there are UI policies. Okay, from here also you can create UI policies. Otherwise, you from the table as well, you can create UI policies from the form, like UI actions. See, system definition UI actions. System UI actions. Under definition, you go just UI actions. You can create from here.
What is the name? What is the name? So I'm making it as UP cohort. UP cohort. UP cohort. On which table I want to make this button? Just take test UP cohort. Right? You test cohort, or yes, this is our page. So this is like order. Order is nothing but whether it should be 1 to 100. Like, if it is 100, it will be coming front. Like it automatically takes. If you, in general, like, the order starts from 100. If you put like 500, 200 something, the order will, like, instead of this submit comes first, this whatever we're creating will come first. If you change, depends on the order.
What we want to see here is the action name UP. This is also UP cohort. UP cohort. Yes. You see, this is active. We all know, like, if the checkbox is right, then only this will be this whatever we are doing here will function. If it is like inactive, what we are doing here won't function. This show insert, show update. That means, like, uh, not here. New. This is table UI actions. Come on. So history. We'll go to
We go inside the form. If we want to do some changes, then we do the changes. If we want to make the female to male, then we have an option called update. Once a form is created, once a record is created, we'll get the option update. So it is asking where we can do the operation, where you want this button. Show on insert or on update. I want on both. So I'm just clicking on insert, and I'm taking, for your benefit, I'm taking only on insert. That means when we are creating the form itself, then this button should be visible. Okay. So I'm only checking for form button. That means our form, and I'm saving it. And I'm saving it.
So you see any button UP cohort? No, right? And I'm updating it. Just save it, changing to mail. So this city is mandatory. So this city can be selected, only state is selected. So this is, you remember, right, what it is? Depending on the state value, the city's value dispense. What we call that? So depending on state field, the city is visible. What we called it? What we did for that? Anyone remember that? What we did? You guys remember what we did? We have done here. Anyone remember what we have done there? One. Am I audible to you guys? Am I audible, guys? Yes or no? So your response is mandatory to go to the next step, or you want me? I'm not questioning you anymore. No need to worry. Yes. You just return a field dependency. Okay, if it is Andhra Pradesh, then this field should be visible. Okay, this state should be visible, this city should be visible. That is what we did before. Okay, am I audible to you guys? Anyone give? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, then it's fine. You're following me at least? If you're following me, then I'll explain you by the step by step. I'll continue the topic. Yes, okay, fine. Yes. So on this, if it is Andhra Pradesh, like let's select Vizag, then it's fine. And I'm not unfortunately it took me to the other page. No need to worry. So here I will open UP cohort. Test cohort. Yes, you all remember, right? This is the test cohort, and this is Shivam Gupta. We did some changes before. You're in the user form, not that. So you see, these are what are the changes we did just before, and I'm saving it here. You observe, guys. Is there any? Saving it, update. So click on new. You see UP cohort. This is what the button we just created. You all can see this button now because we only enabled the checkbox only on insert. Now we can go to the same page from here as well. Configure UI policies. So it's not UI policies. My bad. Just go back. It's UI actions. So the buttons are nothing but actions. This here buttons and where, like, configure. UI actions. So on this table, we just created one. So it is showing here.
Checking all the box from context menu. That means history. So this is form. You see, like each and every option I'll explain from here. Form button. You see, this is form button. Okay, you see here to the right corner is form button, and form context menu is nothing but if you click on here, you see some menus, menu options here.
There'll be a link that directing to this. Okay, I'll check each and everything, and then after I'll show you where it is. So form styles, I don't list banner button. That means like on the top when we are see, I'll show you list banner button, list bottom button. That means in the bottom. List context menu. Yes, list context menu. Choice list, list link. I selected each and everything, and I am updating it now, saving it and updating it. So just come to the form. I'm not reloading it. Okay, you see anything UP cohort here? Nothing, right? I'm reloading it. Just observe.
Did it? Just you see here, UP cohort, UP cohort, UP cohort related links, UP cohort. This is on the form. Let's go to the list view. Let's select some name, some gender, it's female, and state is Uttar Pradesh, and I'm saving it. Save and update. See UP cohort, and here in the list context menu, this is not like that. Here on the list, UP cohort, UP cohort button everywhere.
I'm just clicking here. Is anything happening? It won't save because we did not mention what to be done. Okay, what should be done here we haven't mentioned. So that is the reason it is not performing any like if I click on new. So I'm clicking here. These are some mandatory fields. What I'm clicking here, whether it is saving any record. So let's go back. See here we have 22 records. Total records are 22. What is happening here? Just click on new. We have gave a button, but what action should be done? We haven't described that action. So you all guys following me? Okay, Abhay, as you mentioned.
So as I clearly said, due to the internet issue, we have faced a lot of things. We have lost many information, so no need to worry. So as of now, just we'll finish this, and then after, you see, I'm clicking on UP cohort. Is anything happening? Nothing. I'm clicking on the related list. Is anything happening? Nothing. Because no action is described. And I'm clicking on context menu UP cohort. So it came like this, double clicking. So come back. See, we have described nothing. That is the reason there is nothing is happening. None found. Yes.
Policies and UI actions as of now. I'll explain the same topics tomorrow. No need to be worried. Okay. Uh, rest of you guys as well. No need to be worried. So just be clear with the forms. Sorry, flows, because that was very clear. We have good internet before. So I hope you understand the flows very well. I'll explain you this UI policies and UI actions. Again, no need to be worried. We'll be explaining very clear in the next session. Okay. So guys, as of now, just work with the flows, because as the internet is not clear and you are not getting exactly what I'm saying. So I'll continue the sessions tomorrow.
So you got like more 25 more minutes. Just work in this time. If you got like any queries or anything, just ask me. I'll resolve you. So these topics will be explained again in the coming sessions. Okay, no need to be worried. So, are you asking me any doubt on update set or uploading something? Oh, sorry, update set or import set? You have moving from one instance to other instance or importing data from Excel to our system.
We are facing issue how to import data from Excel to into our instance, or you want to move the configuration of our one instance to another instance. The previously task given by user. The three tasks. Oh, you're talking that three tasks. I got you. What are the three tasks? Just go back.
This this is your task, right? Yes, this is your task, right? Okay. Import records table in ServiceNow. Make sure your custom table do not have any records before importing. After importing, all records of Excel sheet should be displayed in the custom table. Update few records in the Excel sheet and try to update those records in ServiceNow. After updating, no duplicate records should be created in custom table. Only existing records should be get updated. And update the Excel sheet by adding few more records in it and try to update upsert using import sets. Okay, the first task is like like for example, here we have 21 records.
Here we have 21 records with some information. Okay. For now, what I'm doing is like, I'll explain. I open my Excel because I don't have a like WPS, WPS. So in the WPS, so I don't have my Microsoft Office in my laptop, so I'm using WPS. So Excel, we need new document, spreadsheets. Okay, fine. I need a blank spreadsheet.
So 22 records. Create some records which are not existing inside the table. So let's take some name, gender, group, or whatever it is. We take it from here because as name is a reference field, we can't mention the name. Okay, if it is a reference field, so the firstly the record should be created in the user. In the user, firstly the record should be created. Then after only we can get the reference from here. So what we do is like we'll import some data into user table. As this is a reference field, we can't directly import the information into this. First,
Score user dot list. Yes, I'm opening this. You observe this. We have 647 records. So I'll create some new records here in this user table. The same thing. Importing something into the table means the same information doing what? Three tasks are like, firstly import some names into the table, some data into the table, some records into the table. That means using Excel. Okay. Let's create some fields. User ID, username, and first name.
gender, email. Okay, I'm creating some fields like this, and I'm giving you. Let's take your names from here. You all can see my screen, right? Yes, Abhay. In second task, I have done record update in Excel, then service now. So mainly I have done first task and then modify Excel, reload data, then make sure coalesce is enabled, then mapping transform. But the third task, how it is different from second task.
To upsert using import sets. And the third thing, what is having like, add add some extra records. Existing records should not be duplicated. Update records, like, he's asking like, in this record, uh, if we created some records like 8 or 10 in this, just you created three records, then add more 5 6 fields and try to update it. So what happens, like, in the second step the same thing happened, but if you add this, if it is working right or wrong, you want to confirm that it's like, it is not that much mandatory task. You have to know each and every step in detail. That's it. You're not directly performing. It's not like, you are like, you have to know what is happening, what. If any performances are wrong, then it comes into some other thing. So
So that is not like I don't choose to connect. Just if you got any queries, I'll just join to your system and I'll check. That's it. Yeah, bye. Arjun. If you are facing any issues or if you're getting anything complicated or complex things, then I can connect to you and I can check. If until and unless if you are doing fine and good, then it is fine. And how about yours? No, it's not fine. Oh, so what's not fine? Have I just ask me? Just doubt. Oh, okay, okay, fine. That is okay, Abhay. Like it because if you want to know more knowledge, then we'll go in deep and like I can explain you. That's it. Up to you guys. So what we
so So the first task you already done away. No, nothing to be worried. The second is also done. In the third task, what he is asking, like, create some more extra fields and check whether the coalesce is working fine and the records are getting inserted or not. That is what, like, you're doing fantastically correct actually. I can see you mentioned the same in the chat, so it is fine. It is working fine because if first thing and second task is like working good, then it is meant like the third task is nothing but add some more extra records. That's it. Nothing new. Same as task 2. Yes, that's it. There he mentioned add some more records.
Kushi Tanuja Tanuja. Yeah. Govind, are you following me? Sir, can we automate this transform up in progress using Flow Designer? No, 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 we can't do that actually because that is something should be done manually because we can't match what are the fields that are coming to the system. We don't even know. And what the fields we match the fields in the import sets. You observe we have to match the fields. There are two options one we can do mapping assistance auto.
We can achieve the rest of the things. This import sets we can't achieve. That's a great doubt actually, Arjun. Mapping is done if necessary. Other this is no need. Is it true? Mapping is done if necessary. Other this is not need. Is it true? Abhay, could you like mention this in detail so that I can explain you because I don't understand what you're exactly asking. Mapping is done if necessary. Other this is mean mapping has to done. Yes, mapping should be done like sometimes if name field is matching exactly with the name field, then it is auto maps. If not name, if the name
Like what we want exactly to achieve, then it is fine. If auto mapping is done correctly, then it is no need to do field mapping. Otherwise we have to go with field mapping as well. So firstly, we have an option called auto mapping. If we click that, it maps what exactly matching to the same table and the source. Because we clearly mentioned the source table. So where the data should go, we clearly mentioned. and the information is in the staging table. From staging table to the source, there is a we are making a bridge. We are auto mapping the fields. So if they are auto mapping this correct, then no need to be doing field mapping. So directly we click on transfer. But if we do any, if we like see anything is not correctly mapping, then we go field mapping, then we map, and then it is done. So are you guys working on the now?
Then after start working on ServiceNow up fundamentals on demand. So that is what you have to do. Are you started doing your course, assigned course? So you all guys following now learning, because that is important for you guys. Like where exactly all anywhere, like you observe, like there is lot of YouTubers, like any trainer, different trainers, me or any other people. Whatever we teach is like the service now.
If some other external sources, wherever you find the information, is not up to the mark exactly what are the information that is giving in ChatGPT. For example, like I'll give this simple thing. I'm opening this ChatGPT. So I'm giving like what is the latest version? What is the latest version of ServiceNow? See, you all can see my screen. Arjun, can you see my screen? Yes, you see, I am just asking a question to the chat GPT. What is the latest version of ServiceNow? Let's see.
And we are almost into the new update, Zurich. But you see, here we are. W after W, we got like X, Y is also done. X Xanadu is also done. Yokohama is also done. We are almost to Zurich. See how an update is ChatGPT on ServiceNow, because these are not trained, like the AIs are not trained on ServiceNow platform. So whatever the information they give is not up to the mark. Whatever we have in the ServiceNow university is right. Follow those things, okay? Don't depend on these kind of like AIs or something. Till now, ServiceNow has not released their information into any.
So it itself it's developing. It was not given. It is not giving any data officially to any other AIs. Okay. So in the YouTube also, it's like some other trainer will teach you like this. But like if you got all the information in the now learning, no need to go any other where actually. So start working on that. So like I'll give a small example, like one of our like student who is like in the third year of the graduation, secured with almost like 33 lakhs of package per annum. So you got like more demand for service now. Before, the service now market in India is like 250 millions. Now it was extended to 1 billion. So you'll get like lot of opportunity as I mentioned before. And service now is integrated with AI. Everything, all the
To understand, you got like any other doubts, just ask me. You got like more 7 more minutes. As because I am not getting any interest because we lost too many things. In project phase, what we will do. So in the project phase, what we will do is like, I'll give you a project scenario. We'll start working on that. So we also have a capstone project. You will be finishing that. So where we have a capstone project in ServiceNow fundamentals on demand. So I'll tell you that thing. We'll build a own project, custom project, and ourselves. Okay, we'll do a whole project, custom project. Like what are exactly what we have to do. Like somewhere we use client policies, UI policies.
The doubts from rest of the people. So, any other doubts, guys? We got like 5 more minutes. If no doubts, we'll end the session.
So if you got like any other doubts, just ask me. No doubt for now. Okay, look, Abhij, I need previous sessions that to start it as the first session. Kushi, no need to be worried. The sessions are in the YouTube. You can go and you can start. So you want the YouTube link? So we already uploaded our sessions. So I'll share you the YouTube link. Give me a second. Yes. I'll get that. One second.
Yeah, is it working? I think you have like couple of recordings until now from the day one sessions. UP cohort. See the name UP cohort. So you all can see them. Is it okay, Kushi? Okay, fine.
No need to be worried. I'll explain the client scripts, so UI policies and UI actions. And the coming session will go with new topics as well. Okay. Okay, guys. See you. Good night. Take care. I don't get access to this drive. You're not getting access to this drive. Just go with this link, YouTube link, UP session C1 2025 session 1. Okay. Okay, guys. See you. Bye bye. Take care. I'm ending this session. Bye. Okay. Bye. Bye. Okay.
And actually, everyone is very active with saying bye.